Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Climb the Spire number 37. I'm Aura again, joined by Atlas, and we've got a great one for you for round two. It is Sonata, the team we just saw fight in Be Strong versus Deutsche Bahn. And we're going to be starting here on Clam Blitz Robo Ramen. Any thoughts on that one, Atlas?
It's an interesting map to say the least, especially an interesting map pool. It's going to be interesting to see how people use all the map. Of course, underneath the flanks will be useful, and we're gonna see how well Sonata are able to push with this. Seeing they had issues with pushing again, so can they find their form after the first set?
hmm Right, exactly. And it's worth noting, we know mostly Sonata's comp, right? They had the heavy-handed splatling. They had the Splatana Stamper, or just Splatana Standard stickers, rather. The Forge Splattershot Pro, and then Slosher to round it out. So a lot of midlines, which means a lot of fighting power and some decent specials to move in. I'm curious to see how they'll play against this new team and how they'll adapt from the match before. As we're getting into it, Clam Splits, Robo Ramen, here we go.
It'll be very
Oh,
interesting.
and that's a charcoal decaf. Let's go. Okay.
And the S Blast and the Dynamo both really strong, even after S Blast nerf. And then we see the Emperies and the T Shot. So this is going to be a lot of fighting here for both teams, and it's just going to see who's going to be able to take this win first.
Right, a good old-fashioned brawl here. Is this Dynamo just spraying damage everywhere on this wall? Trying to look for a pick. Eventually, one does fall. It's a 3v3 situation for both teams as S-Blast looking to fight. Again, another trade. It's 2v2. Yet that Ford Splattershot Pro has the Bia Bomb on deck, and Sonata looking to take a hold of mid here. Not if the Perry has something to say about it. Splashdown goes down. The Charcoal decaf gets picked off. Now Sonata's two down, and Daishiban trying to make a push here with the Zuka. The
This is all
Forge just be able to retaliate with the pick and live with the Bia Bomb as well. A solid defense from Sonata. Let's see if they can convert it into anything here.
it's a lot of praise in this match. It doesn't seem anyone's truly gaining momentum. This feels like it's going to come down to one very important push if it continues like this.
Right, like you said, it's fight night out here. It's one on the left side gets picked. I believe it was that splatter shot, so no solid paint for them, no Zuka. But Deutschebahn able to retaliate with the pick of their own. The Dynamo goes down and Inkjet's being popped here on his choke. This could be Sonata's chance. Well, somebody's able to sort of distract them and pull them behind. Their push may be stalled just a little bit. Not a lot of clams on the board for him either. The pro had all the clams and they went down. So again, their push getting reset by Dashiban here. They're still able to keep up the momentum, but I wonder if anything will come out of this from again all the picks and all the trades.
It is. It just very much seems like both teams able to stall each other out, yet unable to make the move themselves. No matter how many specials go down or how many kills they get, always just one team seems to hold each team.
Oh.
And they hear us. Not working, not working. Oh,
Wait, is it still both of us? Or what's happening?
wait, can they not hear us? Or
Maybe. Oh.
mm,
Okay, I have no idea. Streamer here, hello. Um, the Discord audio for the in-match screen is not working for some reason. Although it's the same thing, I do very apologize. I will cut back to the commentators and we'll try to fix that as quick as possible. Thank you.
well, that was a nice talk
Okay.
over that game that no one heard. But let's recap it
Yeah.
for everyone who was interested. It was a very back and forth game, like a tug of war. Everyone was just using their power to push the other team to the edge, but not able to do it.
Right, yes. Unfortunate technical difficulties. We love OBS sometimes. It is a very functional program. But yes, don't let that distract from the amazing Splatoon happening right now. That was, like we were saying, just an absolute fight club. Both match
But
differently.
we've seen Sonata's pushing ability on this map already, even though blocked out the previous set by Shadow Legion. They had good pushes. But let's see if they can recreate those pushes and even take a win here against Deutsche Bahn.
Hmm. Right, like despite the losses, like Sonata very much is not a team to discount at all. So we're going into the match here. But again, Splatzone, Sparkle, and Dime. Let's see the adoptions here. Are the comps going to change? Oh, there's a Mint Decavitator and a Custom Blaster instead. Meanwhile, same things for Daishabon. Let's see how they open here.
That change to Mint is interesting by Sonata. It's going to help them hold. How it does lose what Charcoal has, which is. Remind me what Charcoal has. It doesn't get played enough.
It was that inkjet. Interesting
It was ink.
changing.
Yeah.
Right. It seems like they're able to do fine without it though, so you get the early hold. Daishabon had the zone for a second there, but it looks like Sonata's going to be the one to try and initiate here.
And
It's the
that's who
force
missed
splatter shot
shot.
pro. Right, able to punish that Trizuka. They are looking in control here, Atlas.
They do. And we now get to see what Sonata is about. These pushes, these abilities to play aggressive even on the hold. And just smother the other team's fire out.
Right, exactly. Let's see how Daishabon responds here though. They have been in these defenses before. They have the cooler active, but it's unfortunately not really any other specials besides the Zuka. And the parry will go down early, but the S-Blast will make up for it with an amazing direct and that Booyah Bomb, forcing the Mint onto their stack. Let's see if they can capitalize. They're still fighting, but the Mint
Oh, and the
wins
flip.
the fight. But
Flip.
the zone. This through all that fighting, the end parry manages to sneak through and get another pick on top of that. Wow.
This game
What
is
a
fast
play by
over and the
Daishabon.
yo-yoing is back for both teams.
Yes. What a play by the end parry. potentially even saving the game for his team because they looked very down and out for a second. But they were able to get the cap on the zone and accelerate and get the pick right after. But it looks like Sonata halting all of that momentum, making good, and getting those penalty points down. Right now, we're currently at about 40 penalty points, maybe about 30 seconds on the zone, as they're Daishiban once again in a similar situation. This end parry with the splashdown, trying to look for a way to get in. Will it find a way? There's
It
splashdown on the
does
zone, but oh
cancel
no!
on the fifth. This can be it. It's not many specials in the hands of Doishiman. And time
Right,
just
yeah.
dwindling thin. It's a booyah bomb out of desperation, but everyone is down and it's just not going to be enough. And Sonata do take game two, making it 1-1 this set.
Right, yeah. What it's the total polar opposite of the first game almost, where they had that push and pull for about like, maybe about 10 to 15 seconds, and then it was just all Sonata for nearly the whole match. Despite the end parries, like very impressive hero play, mind you. Sonata was able to shut down all their momentum and turn the tides. And now this is a very interesting looking set. It's 1-1. The next game decides it. So we're gonna be
Inkblock
going
back
again
to
to
Inkblock. Very
yeah, right
similar
back to
set.
tower control.
Of course, this tournament does let the teams pick their preferred map pools, and these maps, such as Barnacle Zones and Inkblot, are going to be staples, a fan favorite of the communities for a good reason. Interesting maps, interesting strategies, and all of them, and just such good Splatoon to watch.
Right, exactly. I think I forget the exact set it was, but if you if you know, the set of Jared. I believe it was Milky Way and FT Win, or I might be misremembering, but you know the famous clip of Jared rolling for the tower in overtime and maybe missing it by a frame or two because the game counted airborne. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy plays that can happen on this map. It's again very interesting, allows for a lot of diverse strategies to be played here. Like, I'm interested to see if Daishiban is going to keep their composition because I think if played correctly, Dynamo can be very strong for controlling the stacks, but at the same time, it'll be very vulnerable in those open areas. And same thing, and also like the end parries as well. I'm curious to see how they're gonna play around those. Because again,
It's
those stacks can be very like good for sharking and just playing like a salty assassin, just poking out and getting a pick or two here or there.
it is going to be interesting. It's a very ledgy map, Inkblot. There's a lot of ledges, a lot of places stand where Dynamo can succeed,
Hmm.
but also it's a mixture of these ledges and open space. It's
Yeah,
almost a
exactly.
double-edged sword, giving it the areas to get flanked and for it to fall apart.
Mhm. Right. I think something else worth noting too. Sonata's already played this map. I'm not sure if Daishiban has played this map yet. So Sonata already has the game knowledge going into here. And so again, like I mentioned before, I'm curious to see how they adapt, considering they've played the stage and they're up against some very formidable foes. But we'll see as they're keeping their composition with the custom blaster and the mint. Oh, but
That's a
Daishiban
Tetra.
making a
That's
change.
a
That's a
Tetra.
Tetra dually.
With
We're
its
seeing
comp as
all these
well,
newly buffed weapons.
it
Yes.
feels like a very strong comp for Deutschbahn. A lot to play around those ledges, but still, of course, this comp does feel vulnerable when it comes to maybe the potential of getting flanked.
Right, exactly. We see the custom blaster on the side of Sonata getting a pick early to go down on the side of Daishiban. It looks like Sonata is starting to find their groove here. The mid on the plat, distracting behind, getting the Dynamo. It is only the Tetra left for Daishiban, as Sonata very much in control here early on.
And well, we asked, are they going to find the groove and are they going to find their momentum? And they have, as they have at this set. It was a struggle in the first game for them pushing, but they are now just feeling the map control and able to just punish the other team.
Right. Oh, but speaking of punish, the Reslider punishing that heavy at its flatling. Is the Tetra able to find a trade out? They're 2 down on the side of Sonata currently, so Daishabon has a very real opportunity here. Bubble goes on the tower, but that's not going to last for very long. Remember, folks, that bubble will last a shorter time if it's popped directly on the tower. So, not able to get much value out of that. However, they're still able to push their tower up to that first checkpoint, able to clear it. And now,
Oh, and it's the
oh my
wreck.
goodness, but the wipeout though.
This should give them the move they need to play around these ledges and push up and just continue to flank. And as we've mentioned, it's where we see Deutschland planning on struggling. These flanks and these open areas that are so deadly.
Right. Unfortunate pick outside the bubble with a bomb there. But able to make up for it, gets the mid decapitator getting a double, shaking off that death and able to turn into 2 kills there. The Sonata looking stronger than ever. They're gunning for that last checkpoint. Not able to quite get it just yet. The Dynamo with a strong defense by the tower. Again, highlighting how it can control areas so well, especially these ledges that Sonata's looking to play under with Custom Blaster. And again, Dynamo finding value as it's able to cancel the splashdown. And Deutsche Bahn looking to gain control of mid here.
It's always fun seeing Dynamo, especially with its buffs now. It's finally getting playtime it deserves and the very fun moments it brings. The plays along ledges, the perhaps a bit stupid one-shot range. However, it's always a welcome sight to see.
Right. Speaking of big stupid hitboxes, mid Decapitator getting a double there, looking to extend their flow state, gets another pick. It's only the spider shot left to defend. They have a suction bomb, a Trizuka, and a dream. They're stuck behind the tower though. A submit will fight them out, gets another pick. Their flow state is extended. The Dynamo will shut it down, but that's half of the third checkpoint gone for Sonata now. And they're trying to extend. They won't be able to get the jump onto the tower, but 17 is a very convincing lead on TC Inquat. And Daishiban in the red now with a minute and a half left to go. They need to make something happen, and they need to make it happen now.
Reef is available, but the problem with Snow is they're playing so far apart that this Reef isn't going to get much more than maybe a single pick, like it just has. And even I don't think they've struggled to really make momentum off these, as they do get the double here, but Deutsche Bahn do fall, Tooth do fall, and mid seems to be back in the control Sonata again.
Right. Very interesting. Sonata's defense is like they're watching in all these angles and trying to pull Daishiban apart from each other. Seems to be working for the most part, but Daishiban may have an opportunity here. That's the heavy edit. Is the only one alive, and they go down. That's a full wipeout. If Daishiban is going to make a push, it's going to be now. They have that big bubble on deck. Can they make something happen with it?
This can be the time where this map can get a bit more enclosed around this area. And with these ledges, it's perfect for this Dynamo to press. However, the decap does get it. Can the team be able to kill? It's in flow state. It's just the shot here, and he really needs to live if he wants to give his team a fighting chance. Which he might just do, but can they get it?
Yeah, that Trizuka potentially saving the game, and 2 down for Sonata. If this is going to be their chance, it has to be now. But the shot will go down. The Force Splatter Shot Pro trying their best to dance around this bats area. It live, but the Blaster will take them out. It's 2v2 now. The Blaster has bubble. Will they be able to get it off? They do. And now they have to rush the tower. It's just heavy on it, and they can't stop the tower. Daishiban completing the comeback, and they'll take game 3. Wow.
What's brilliant, special used to be so there. The Trizuka just picking one and able to push back the rest of Sonata, giving Deutsche Bahn the time to just regroup and let Sonata kind of stagger now, because it's all now or never to defend there. Because there wasn't much time left for Sonata's defense, but there wasn't much time for Deutsche Bahn. Both had to be in a state of panic. However, Deutsche Bahn was able to control their nerves the most and complete a fantastic comeback in the last 30-40 seconds.
Right, yeah, wow. It's awesome too, because I was going to say, I fully believe Sonata had it there. I was going to say the MVP of the match was that Mint Decapitator constantly in flow state and able to get those picks, but Daishiban in the last instance shutting them down. I believe that's Amen or Amen, however you say that. On the splatter shot, they're getting the insanely crunched Trizuka to propel their team forward, get the necessary jumps in, and keep like that tower going so they could get that big bumper up, because if that Zuka fails, I think the jumps are punished. And I don't think they would be able to push the tower like they
No,
did. So props to the shot player, props to Daishiban for hanging in there with the amazing comeback push to end the set 2-1.
you gotta respect the Blaster. I think he was responsible for a few picks that just gave them that final push, and he did. He was the one
Mhm.
who took the final tower and helped drag that 1v1 with the bubble, allowing his team to get back and take the win. But this is what's so enjoyable about Splatoon. There's always something that can happen, and there's never a victor until the game is over.
Mhm. Like, right, this game is so fast paced, and when there are things constantly happening, like every second, you sometimes get situations like that where it looks very much done for the other team, and then you blink, and then they're in your spawn, and they're starting a comeback push, and they're making insane plays like that. This game is frankly very awesome for that, and I love seeing moments like that.
You have to feel for Sonata though. 2 sets back to back where first set it was a struggle for them, but the second set so close yet they barely missed out.
Right. Yes, but props to them though. Even though we've seen them this twice on stream now, though, they've played very well and they've shown that they have the capability to be a good team and make these good plays as well. So props to them. But Deutschbahn, on the other hand, will be the ones taking away the win as we wait for round three to happen now.
And who is around
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this final round of the group stage of Climb the Spire number 37. Again, I'm Aura, joined by Atlas, and we have two teams we're very excited to watch here. It is Altruist versus Payback. Any thoughts on them, Atlas?
Both strong teams. I've seen both. I've got to see both of them play, and it's a very interesting map pool. And we finally had to see some new maps this tournament. We get to see Mahi Mahi Zones, a staple in the Splatoon community, and the only acceptable form of this map.
Right, Mahi's definitely mad, but we'll see. There is another Dynamo. These teams are coming out. That's a Splooshomatic and a Hydra. Okay, I'm loving these
This is
comps here. There's so much to break down. I'm gonna let the gameplay speak for itself before I nerd out. It's Flat Zone's Mahi. Here we go.
this has been a very fun tournament. We've not really seen many similar. Every comp has been unique in its own way, and everyone has very much brought their own way of playing the game. And I think that's not just fun, but that is a Splatoon thing in general. This game is so unique in how you can play it.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's Payback now getting the first hold here. They were the ones to take the Splat Zone first, and this 96 gal very close to Vac. I played Vac gal on this map too as well, and I know it can be very strong with holding his own as it comes out here, backing the people on the right side, two looking to shut it down. They're not able to do so, and three down now on the side of Altruist. It's just that 52 gal, I believe, and they're gonna have to find a way back in.
You've really got to look at Payback's comp. It's very stally, really. Two Splatlings, a Minute, and the Vac and Sploosh, because Sploosh is here. Who doesn't love a Sploosh?
Right.
Yeah, are very much going to help Payback hold. And
Right?
well,
This
holding
is-
they might have as this game could be over, but no, ooh, very close
Oh.
to Payback. But this game does get to go on, and we get to watch more entertaining Splatoon.
Right, yeah, two down go on this, two go down on the side of Payback. Mini able to trade out another, but that was very clutch on the side of Altruist. That was ready to call the game right then and there. But again, these comebacks, these moments just keep happening to prove me wrong. But yeah, Payback's comp very unconventional, but they have a lot of short range paint and a lot of speed. As you see, this mini holding down the left side, able to get a pick onto that 52 gal, looking for another in the left corner. When not able to find it, this Altruist is getting these ticks on the zone deceptively. Like they've been holding for a while. As the zone is all the way down to 26, the Inkvac trying to say something different, but Atlas, this zone is counting down and fast.
This has been a game of two. This has been a game of two stories. Both team holding, but Altruist are just better at holding it, but just a
Goodness.
fraction of a second longer.
Oh yeah, it's in a complete reversal. Altruist takes game one over Payback. I can say this, these games have been unpredictable. I did not expect it at all, but I'm very here for it.
We're
What an
always here
exciting game.
for the game. The more unpredictable, the better. We get more entertaining games, and we get to have more fun casting.
Yes, of course, but I want to highlight, I believe and correct me, somebody from Payback themselves can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe their comp has changed slightly. I think I remember them playing a Blue Dapple in the past, if I'm not mistaken. I also don't remember them playing Mini, but the last time I have seen them play was a while ago, so things definitely could have changed. Their comp is it seems very fast and very mobile, and again, very good on lockout, but I'm not so sure on the holds here. Like they were, or on the retake rather, like they were shut out pretty hard by Altruist.
They were. I do think they used to play Blue Dapples, and you get to see it in the tanks that I believe the 10-star Blue Dapples, which does make the Sploosh is a weird choice, but I'm not going to judge it because it's a weapon of many things. Sploosh.
Right. I believe they've kept the sploosh. I think that was a weapon they've run in the past, and personally being on the business end of it, I can confirm they're very strong on Splish. They're just able to just slip in, just take off angles where you least expect it. So Payback is very much not out of this. Altruist showed a very strong hold, but like don't get it twisted. This is only the beginning here. So we go into game two, Rainmaker, Scorch. We're finally seeing Scorch on the stream here. I love me a bit of Scorch as a Nautilus player, just controlling a lane.
Who
So fun, but
who
these
doesn't
weapon
love
comps specifically, I wonder how they're gonna play around them because Altruist with that heavy splatling kind of similar with the splatling controlling the lanes. I wonder how they're gonna play around that.
It will. This is going to be a very fun game, but who doesn't love a bit of Scorch though? Especially with some of the comps we're seeing, and it's no change. And the VAC still remains, which could be helpful for Payback while pushing.
Mhm.
VAC is always going to be a very strong comp, and really the specials are really in Payback's hand here. Very pushy and very much able to protect that Rainmaker. Oh,
Right.
oh,
Oh no, I was
and
going to
there's
say.
the disconnect.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Dynamo having the weapon might have been a little bit too heavy for them. They were having trouble moving a bit. The unfortunate DC, but we get to talk more about the comps at least. Like you said, yes, VAC very strong on Rainmaker. In fact, probably where it first got its claim to fame. It's just being able to pop that like invincibility cone and just force your teammates through to the checkpoint. It's a very strong option. I'm excited to see how they like utilize it here.
Yeah, this is a we love the comps. These are both two very interesting comps. This we're gonna see. The question is, who's going to get the first push? We both know both these teams are just very light pushing up. They're quick. The question is, who's going to get
Right.
that first push, and how they going to hold? Because we
Hmm.
do see the holding and the pushing, and it's a back and forth. It's going to be a back and forth between these two. I feel.
Right, exactly. Let's see how they play it here. One going down early on for both teams. That's the sploosh for Payback and the blaster for Altruist. Altruist losing a little bit of that ledge camping capability, but it seems like they're fine holding mid on their own. Blaster goes down again though, and Payback has a Zuko online. This may be able to find some value. Well, let's see how it goes as Dynamo holding strong, painting both of the sides, keeping their teammates in it. But getting kind of poked out here, they will get the assist though.
And now it's just going to slow down a bit for feel both teams waiting. And just who is going to make the first move is the question.
Right,
And it is
exactly.
it's a perpetual battle in this middle, as both teams are fighting but struggling to truly get back into mid. And it feels like we're seeing a repeat. It feels like set two all over again, where both teams are coming in this back and forth mentality where you never really know who's going to make the first move and who could take the win.
Right.
As,
And
and the
that goes out,
Rainmaker
yeah.
doesn't get much further than that, as we do see Inkbat get popped and Booyah Bomb with it.
Mhm. Right. Like I'd like to note here, I think Payback has been playing a little bit further back than they were in game one, where yes, they don't get to occupy as much space, but they're punishing Altruist. I feel like Altruist has gone down a lot more in this game than Payback has. Yet Altruist has been the one basically keeping mid control despite the picks. So I'm curious to see how this game evolves. Looks like Booyah Bomb came out on the side of Payback. Vac as well, but Gil
When
tries to
detected.
flank, but the Infect doesn't die. And
And
it's
this,
only this Rainmaker left.
never mind that mini falls, and Altruist can try and make a move here on his first seconds, but that Rainmaker falls, and this could be opportunities for Payback here to try and go for something.
Right, exactly. Like they've got that Booyah Bomb out again. Their Hydra is in the flow state, being very aggressive here, as they'll finally pick up the Rainmaker. One down on the side of Altruist. Zuko coming out as well, trying to find a pick. Gets one onto the Dynamo, I believe, but two down on the side of Payback. as the Blaster takes his flank on the left side here, is punished by the Mini, but the Rainmaker is stuck now on that side, and Mini desperately trying to defend it. They managed to stay alive for the time being, keeping that paint up, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Yes, the Rainmaker goes down. They're only pushed to 97, and it's 3 minutes have gone down already. Think I've seen a game of Rainmaker Scorch quite like this, where there's only been 3 collective Rainmaker points, like scored by both teams.
And I feel like this Hydra's helped Payback here, though. As much as we haven't seen much score, this Hydra's helped them punish this Blaster who likes playing aggressive, and this just aggressive playstyle that Altruist want to play, but just can't because this Hydra is just gunning them down before they can make their move. However, the first point is finally popped. And we might see some action outside of mid. 4
Oh,
minutes of the game is good.
yes. Oh, Payback goes 3 down. They riskily pick up the Rainmaker. They're not able to get it off the side. This could be very, very dangerous as Ultra is continuing to find picks. Another one goes down.
And
It's only that Sploosh-O-Matic left alive. They're desperately trying to barrel down towards the Rainmaker. Getting poke value, the Hydra will go down. The Rainmaker is still alive and kicking. It's made its way down all the way to 43 now. Still looking for more points. It'll find a pick as well on the top left side on that mini spotling. That's a huge critical splat. This Vac trying to save the game here, slowing the Rainmaker down, but barely managing to get the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker will go down, but the damage has been done. That's a push to 22, and it might still be going.
And there's the pop, there's the wave breaker. Overtime will happen unless Altruist do get the pop hit and run it. However, it seems like Payback have took control. They've grabbed the Rainmaker without... It doesn't seem like they've took control of their base yet, but they can't die now. It needs to be perfect. And it does seem to be Altruist's game as that Rainmaker's pressured by Killer Whale.
But the fact managing to keep it alive, though, I mean, it's looking dire, but like we said, oh, never mind. I was going to say it's not over till it's over, but it is over. The 52 getting the critical splat onto the Rainmaker. And Altruist takes the set 2-0. This is still play all 3, but they will win the set with 2 games in their favor now.
Payback now are just going to have to do damage control and try and take a set. Let's have a look at the group standings to see where people are shaping up for bracket.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. Because damage control is a very good way to say it, because I've personally been in those tournaments where that one game that you managed to eke from that set is the difference between making that higher bracket and that lower bracket. And interesting enough, both teams are 2-0 in their group. So this could potentially make a difference. We'll see how things actually shake out.
We have a dropout in this group from last minute, so both teams beating Incompetent and White Stein. We'll just put both of them straight into upper floors, and it doesn't make this as meaningless as it doesn't make this meaningless. However, there isn't as much pressure on Payback to win this next game.
Hmm. So you are correct. Both teams making it to upper floors, but yeah, it's still what this does mean though, even if they do both make it, which team goes into the bracket with momentum on their side, right? If Payback can even steal one game from Atris and they get that game win, like that might just be the difference between going into bracket with a win in your belt versus going into bracket after an 0-3 set. So we'll see if Payback's able to pay them back and scrape one back right now.
I'm just gonna have a quick look at the other groups. Now I have lost their set against Nelson Free and have put them bottom of the group. However, Shadow Legion did beat Deutschbahn in their set, meaning Shadow Legion will also join Nelson Free in the upper floors, meaning that it is now all about who can gain the momentum going into going into bracket and who can use that momentum into turning it into a game. and a win of
Hmm.
this tournament as a
Right.
whole.
Hmm. And speaking of momentum, Clam Blitz Museum di Alfonsino, a map where momentum is very much important here because it is very hard sometimes to push this clamp basket. First, you have to win the fight mid, then you have to win the fight on their ramp, then you have to win the fights by their basket. There are so many like breakpoints you have to clear on this map to even be able to score, let alone get a good push. So momentum is everything here. I'm interested to see what tactics these two teams will employ to get that momentum because you very much need overwhelming force if you're going to be able to push on this map.
We will see, but will we see any comp changes as well as Payback try? Will he try and change to see if something works here, and if they can take that space and even just get a win here?
Exactly. And the same comp for Altruist. However, Payback deciding to go with the vanilla paintbrush. I believe that's Curling Bomb and Wave Breaker. And also the Hydra Splatling has changed to the Splatling with Busy Bomb and Big Bubbler. So slight comp change actually on the side of Payback. I'm interested to see how their new strategies will pay off.
And that's a splat bomb. That the death of splat bomb, and we're going to see just how Payback can try and just take this momentum and hold it. But the minute they push, the minute they fall, free fall, and Altruist now have the momentum, the big clam, and although not the specials, what they need to start making a push in. One fall, two fall for Payback, and Altruist could very much score a big clam here. There's the wipe out, but it doesn't come without cost. Free fall on the side of Payback, and a few comes in just to secure that lead, but it isn't much.
Right, exactly. 74 is not a big push on Clan's Museum at all, or just Clan Blitz in general, really. I mean, Altruist is still poised to make another push here, so credit to them that they didn't exactly team wipe, and they're still giving themselves an opportunity, but I'd imagine you want to get a bigger push than that. 52 is going to try and make that happen now with this killer whale looking to score the ball. They get their wall up, trying to look for the pick. They trade with the Hydra, but two down on the side of Altruist. And the
Oh,
blaster tries to sneak through, but they missed the ball. This is so unfortunate.
is it possible to score here, or is it dead? There is a dead ball, and Altruist are gonna have to lick that wound and just come back, as they do have another ball, and Altruist do just have the clam control here, clam after clam after clam to make big ball after big ball, and they really aren't struggling to hold this map and its control at all. As Payback just struggle here. As it
Right. Like,
changes, although May doing something aren't doing enough for them to continue this fight and let them push. Altruist have
right,
all the pressure
exactly.
on
Yeah.
them.
Hmm. Yeah,
The
I was
big
gonna
bubble
say.
does go out, but
Mhm.
Altruist aren't just waiting and taking their time. They have all the time. Even they have 2 minutes, and they have the clam economy to take their time and just the map control. Of course, they want to make a score here soon, though. You can't leave the score margin too small, or sweeps are very easy to come by, or reverse sweeps are very easy to come by on Clam Blitz due to the ability to just score so much in a single push.
Hmm. Exactly. Like, yes, you are definitely right. They have been burning a lot of time on this clock, and that can be both a blessing and a curse because that gives the other team a lot less time to push and try to like get a score of their own. But at the same time, if they do get that push, now you have no time to make a push of your own and sort of scramble for that last minute. So we'll see how this game shakes out. As trades come out on both sides, more trades, in fact, as the Dynamo and the Paintbrush trade for each other. Two down on the side of Payback, but they're starting to find their foothold in mid here, trying to make a push, but I stand corrected. The Force Splatter Shot Pro goes down. And this heavy spotlight now with Flow able to find a pick onto that insap. They not exactly cool or staggered, but it's very bad. Their support going down here. Another going down the paintbrush once again as they trade for the 52, and Altruist able to push back payback from their mid. And now it's just a minute left on the clock. We're getting to dire time here, folks.
It is just feels like Ultras are smothering and smothering this payback team as they just have struggles getting into mid at all. And even when they do, it's not a quick hold and out twist and just right back at them, playing this aggressiveness. However, it does feel like Payback have started to find a bit of a footing here. And in these dying embers, that can be everything with this score margin so close. Both teams have a big clam. Both bubbles aren't up, but still, both teams have two big clams now. This game is the furthest thing from over. The Scout is trying to make a move here. A score could secure this for Altruist. However, two are down on the side of this.
Oh, and that's the
Oh,
NSAP making a critical flank on their plat. Are they able to push in with this? Booyah Bomb comes out, Tacticore comes out. Payback is looking for their payback right here and now, trying to make the push. They have two power clams at the ready and five clams. One goes in, they just need three clams or that power ball for the lead,
and
and they get
that is
they
the
get their
payback.
payback. There it
And
is. That's the game.
it feels like Altruist have shot themselves in the foot here. No matter they have stalled and stalled and stalled. However, one clumsy mistake has let Payback score it. Of course, no need to worry for Altruist. They still have won the set, and both teams are going to the top bracket. However, that's got to be a sting in the. That has to be a sore sting for Altruist.
Right. I just want to highlight again, like I mentioned, that flank by the NSAP at the very end when everybody was looking at that right side, that ramp area I talked about. The NSAP just went around on the left side block and was able to pick off the Dynamo and flank and pincer for their team. And that allowed them to get their Booyah Bomb off and that tactical off so they could keep fighting and keep going for it. Without that pick, I don't know if they're able to push so easily to get into their spawn like that. So impressive play by the Zap, able to save their game, able to save the game for their team and make a critical splat when they needed it most. Payback will at least steal a game off of Altruist. However, Altruist will be taking the set 2-1.
That was a very fun set to commentate, and that wraps up the end of our group stage, where we do see Payback Altruist. I believe it is Norman Free, and Shadow Legion going through to the top bracket.
Right? Well, that'll do it. That'll be it for us for this group stage. However, there's still the bracket stage yet to come, but before that, Atlas, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Atlas the Alchemist on Blue Sky, and also at Atlas_Alchemist on X. And this has been a very fun tournament to cast, and I will hope to see you all around another time.
Yes, exactly. This has been very fun indeed. And don't go anywhere. There are more fun games to be had. The bracket stage of Climb the Spire numbers 37 will be happening soon. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Climb the Spire number 37. We are now in the upper bracket phase. I am Aura, joined by Moku now, and we have Nelson 3 versus Payback. Very interesting set about to happen here. How you doing, Moku?
I'm doing great. Today's a great day for a tournament here, Orakai. And what do we know about these teams so far? Like, is there
Right,
any
so
teammate?
Right, so
Sorry.
we just actually, no, you're good, you're good. We saw Payback, but just playing the set last time, they were running a very interesting short range composition. I believe it was Sploosh, the Zuka Mini, and I can't quite remember the other weapon, but it was very short range, very fast, very counter heavy, and they were able to steal a very clutch game three against Altruist. So going into this with perhaps a bit of momentum, Nelson 3 on the other hand, I haven't gone to see him so far in the tournament, but they are the first seed. They are the one predicted to win here, and they also cleanly swept their groups, so they must be a very strong team. I'm interested to see what we're gonna see here on Splat Zone's Mahi Mahi.
Indeed, this is the bread and butter of Splatoon, second only to Hagglefish zones. Always going here for tournaments, which is awesome, actually. We're seeing a pencil. This is a well-rounded comp. And we're seeing
Okay.
a paintbrush. Okay.
Ooh, there's those blue dapples we mentioned earlier as well. They're finally showing their face, along with the bubble hydra as well, keeping that as well. Very interested in Nelson three's comp. Like you said, very well rounded. A lot of paint, a lot of fighting power. They're the first ones to take the zone here as we're starting this matchup.
Indeed, and there is equal map control for both teams right now, but we're seeing the shark slider come out. Two sharks, it's a shark battle, but not really getting anybody in the process.
Right, as a lot of trades happened, but Payback was on the losing side of it. It is only this Paintbrush left alive, desperately trying to live, get their wave breaker. They will charge it and look for an opportunity to move in here, but the water level will drop. Oh no, they got screwed over by it. He couldn't move to back up on the left side. Very,
Oh, Dreadringer.
ah,
Dreadringer, my
yes.
beloved. As a
We
brushman, I relate.
Yeah, no more slider cheese, folks. They patched that out of the game. However, Payback will be taking control of the zone, looking to extend their hold here for the first time this game.
Pencil's got a very good position as well here, Orakai. They're not exactly pushed up too far, but it's enough to paint the zone. It's worth more than you think.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. Able to scope out both sides here. It's a 3v3 situation so far. Nope, excuse me, two down on the side of
Ooh.
Nelson 3, and Payback looking to
Ooh.
extend their push. However, the 52 gal was able to get the pick, and their team is able to capitalize and cap the zone as a result. Seems like one's still fighting on the zone. They might be able to contest it for a bit, but their team's not really able to push in. Payback getting pinned down on this left side. The Dapple Dually will go down. This ends up fighting desperately on this left side, trying to live and provide cooler for their teammates, but will go down.
52 gal shenanigans, ending their shenanigans as well. NZAP's positioning and skirmishing was pretty cool though. We're seeing 52 gal trying to break into the base, but they're holding back. And rightfully so. Nelson 3 has the lead right now, so they don't have to defend too hard as they go down to a trade with the Blue Dapples.
Right, and it's worth noting too, they no longer have any penalty points now, as the zone is still ticking. Two went down for a second on their side, but the zone is still in a neutral state. It's still being contested. As as I say that, Nelson 3 gets control back of the zone. 5 ticks remaining. Can Payback make a play here? No, they won't be
Oh.
able to. And Nelson 3 will take the first game in this best of 5 set.
A game well played by both sides, and something I have noticed was that Nelson 3 seems to prioritize more range than anything else. I think at the beginning I said it was well rounded, but that was because I didn't know how much range they would have. While Payback, they were playing it safe, and they did get some points on the board. They weren't too specialized, which isn't always a bad thing. What do you think?
Right, yeah, like they had a lot of ranged options there, especially a couple of mid lines. We've seen a lot of them dominating this tournament, especially starting from Sonata with their quad midline comp. But we've seen I think specifically the Spider Shot Pro Frozen and the Vanilla Dreadringer, both very good ranged options that can hold spaces, that can paint, that can also like fight for their team because both of them have high damage as well. So yes, like leaning a lot to that range and kind of keeping Payback from able to get in, especially that Dapple Dooley that thrives on playing these off angles and trying to force their way in. But they weren't quite able to do that. But maybe they might be able to do it here as we see yet again Tower Control Inkblot. What's your thoughts on this, Mocha?
Tower control on Inkblot. It's a fun map and mode for me personally as a brush, but everybody's either running shooters or sloshers or a big pencil, which, by the way, I'm gonna need that for a sketch. Nah, but could you imagine drawing with such a huge pencil? In all seriousness, I think pencil would do great here. If they wanted to switch to another charger, wouldn't be too shocking, but pencil's a great choice. Dreadringer's going to help out a lot, especially if you're like on the top. No, wait a minute. I can't remember what. I don't think there's a huge platform like that in Tower Control Inkblot, but it's still there's two big platforms. You put
Yeah.
your Dreadringer up on those, you're golden. But Payback, if you put a cooler up there or near it, that could help. I'm not sure
Mhm.
what advice I have for Payback right now. I'm gonna have to see y'all fight more. What do you think? Like,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do think for one, I think this is a very smart counter pick for them because, like you were saying, those two elevated platforms, the stacks as we call them, on either side. Something I highlighted earlier in an earlier game is that short range weapons can play around them very well with the cover, and they have both the paintbrush and the dapple dually to do that. So I'm interested to see how they're going to play around those areas as we go into game two. That's a Pentatech splatter shot on the side of Nelson 3 and Payback going with the vanilla splatter shot with the suction bomb and the Trizuka.
Oh yeah, Trizuka's gonna be great here too. So you're adding more range. The cooler's great, but now that you've got more range, you can now fight better against Nelson 3. We're already seeing some clashing here on the stack, and we've already got one down on each side.
Right, exactly. And something else I haven't mentioned yet is that Horn's Dreadringer, that is Curling Bomb Crab Tank. As you see the crab barreling on the left side. It will get picked though, but we'll say it is very good for holding spaces and getting it on that stack can be very deadly. However, Payback able to punish it and get some momentum here. The Snipe Rider has to jump back to spawn, and suddenly Payback has a chance here with the Zuka online.
Indeed they do. And we're seeing map control for Payback and GG strikes coming out for Nelson 3. But Payback has the lead, 77-93. 3 going down on Payback's side. Hydra has to keep it down. But thankfully, it doesn't cause a wipeout.
Right, yeah, that Hydra going down may cost them. That's their longest range weapon. This Sploosh trying to make a flank on the side, but it gets picked off, and now Nelson 3 will take the lead. Splatter shot dueling here. They have strikes. Strikes are coming out to try and continue this push as they look for more, but they will get shut down by the other splatter shot. As now they're the ones looking for a flank, trying to disrupt Nelson 3's push here. However, they will stay on the tower. This Trizuka being popped on this left side here, trying to find a pick, but the T-Tech will shut that down, and Nelson 3 trying to look to continue their advantage here.
Trizuka moment indeed, but it happens. We got one going down to the splatter shot, and we have a lead for Nelson 3, and with the map control as well. But Payback, I think they're scheming something. We've already seen a Booyah Bomb coming out there in our peripheral vision over by the right. And yep, their map control's coming back. I think they're scheming, Orokai.
Yes, let them scheme, let them cook indeed. That Sploosh will always be a threat because they can play those sides and slip in where you least expect it. Speaking of threats, the Spire shot getting a double, looking for more with the Trizuka, able to find another. They have the flow say on Max, or find another with the Trizuka, I believe. I think that might have been a delayed quad by the splatter shot. They want to get their team in, they want to get these picks, and
We
they
got
want
the
to get the
lead.
lead, which they will do.
We're seeing the lead switch for Payback here. One of them aura farming the whole time, getting that unofficial wipeout, which is when you get 4 people at once, but you don't get the wipeout. It happens. We're seeing the Stamper come out and shutting down
Oh.
that flank. Excellent work.
Yes, Payback now trying to look for the knockout. They're playing some inspired Splatoon here as Azuka comes out to prevent dives from a tower, and it will pay off. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a set on our hands. It is tied 1-1.
GG's both teams this game too. This was a nice comeback for Payback as well. Payback really living up to their name. Going to game 3, of course, but we're gonna see if we can get to a game 4. I mean, of course we're going to a game 4, but like game 5, I mean. Me when I
Yeah,
don't
of
know
course.
calculus. Arithmetic.
You are good. It's math. Sometimes the math just doesn't math. It's like that. But
Yeah.
yes, payback getting their payback. As you said, if I took a shot for every time I've made a payback joke on this stream, I would probably be drunk by now. But it is true. They have shown that they're able to sort of adapt to what their opponents are doing and steal games off of them and reverse the tide. And now we're waiting for the counter pick from Nelson 3. But very interesting response from Payback.
Indeed they are. And I'm wondering what they're gonna counterpick. Oh, never mind. We're going Clan Blitz on Barnacle and Dime. That is another tried and true Splatoon mode and map. So, who do you think is going to have the advantage?
I think, honestly, I think this is a neutral map, surprisingly enough, for both teams. I think Payback can very easily utilize the sides of the map here, and especially that like lower like left area, like that big drop off, to sort of flank like the Sploosh has been trying to do and the splatter shot was able to do as well. But at the same time, Nelson 3's weapons just perfectly have such a strong hold of mid that it might be hard for them to get those flanks off. So I think both teams have their win condition here. I think both comps can be strong. It's just a matter of who plays the map better.
This is true. So it is going to be tough to see who has the advantage here. Clearly, from just comps, like you said. I agree with you. I think it's going to be neutral. But I've seen that splatter shot. That splatter shot is. I think that's just secretly a splatter shot, man. Like, they just got put in cooler jail at maybe, like, the first match. But let's see what happens. That splatter shot. I have a splatter shot man as a friend, so I'm already, like. I already respect the game. Let's see what they got. We're sticking with the range comp. And we are adding more range? Is that 52 gal on their side, or 96 gal new?
Yeah, that's the vanilla 96. We're seeing it come out again. It happened in the last set where I believe they played it on Rainmaker and maybe Clams as well. So again, coming out in Clan Blitz here. Meanwhile, yes, Nelson 3 going back to that 52 gal that worked for them game 1. However, sticking with the Horns Dreadringer that's getting his crab out now. Not able to find too much damage, but is able to control the neutral of the map, as is a 3v3 situation right now.
Indeed, and it seems like that Hydra is a little bit more serious and can take advantage of how much or how little terrain there is here. Because if you control the enemy stack, you've got it in the bag. This is where it snowballs if they control that stack. But Nelson 3 has some pretty good. They have some pretty good defense here. They've got the map control, and it will take a push for Nelson 3 to get through.
Right, exactly. Because as you mentioned, that range and paint, if you're not able to break through it, it can be pretty hard to sort of press your advantage. And paint, stuff like paint, it can add up over time. If you're not able to get back that map control, like Payback has had so far, like it becomes very hard for you to push. But we'll see if Nelson 3 is able to do that. No, never mind. They go 3 down. Payback looking for an opportunity to score. They score without the vac having been popped yet. And they are adding more clams onto the board all the way down to 56. 96 Gal still has clams looking to score here. Now has 6 clams. Can they get them in? Able to get a few in before going down, but it is only that 52 Gal left on Nelson 3. This might be spiraling bad for them.
Indeed, but it's still early in the match. There's still enough time for Nelson 3 to make that surprise comeback, but only if they can push together. One of them going down to the Trizuka, one of them's aura farming. I heard it with my own ears. I can't believe that's an actual comm now. But we've got the crab coming out. They're really trying their hardest, but with every clam, their chances keep dwindling, and I think we might have game here if that basket doesn't close soon.
Yeah, even if they're not able to get the remaining clams, a push to 6 is very, very strong, especially on this map where, as you saw, it can be very stalematey at times. So the fact that they were able to break through and get that good of a hold, this is dire now for Nelson 3, who has been on the back foot for a bit, might I add. As the 52 Gal looking to make a play now, going in with their whale, not able to find anything so far. They will be vacked and shut down though by the Squishamatic, who looks for a pick with the Ultra Stamp, not able to find it. But their Payback now, they don't have to really push anymore. They can just sit back and just control the middle of the map. And Nelson 3 now has to be the one to find that breakthrough.
That pinch with Ink Vac hurt me on such a spiritual level because I'm an ink brush and that happens to me all the time. Crab Tank getting attacked from the front but not going down. We got Dreadringer out here and I was picking up clams, being chill about things. Got a football but fumbles it because they go down to the splatter shot. Splatter shot is cooking. I mean, everybody's cooking, but Splattershot, they put them on Splattershot, picked it up, and that Splattershot, they have become the Splattershot.
Right, exactly. Like you said, those chains have been released. They're able to show their full potential. As Suzuka's not able to find a pick, but they will find one with their main weapon.
Ooh.
Now looking for more on this crab tank. They're going to shred it. And this Dread now fighting for their lives as the Vac is able to get 2 picks. Payback might be looking for another push now as missiles, desperation missiles come off on the top left, trying to stall out Payback, but they will get that power clam in. More clams potentially on the way as the Hydra is looking to get set up here. One down, one
Nelson.
goes down on the side of Nelson 3. That splatter shot pro frozen. Payback's not able to get any more points, but oh my goodness, do they have control of the map.
It was a worthy sacrifice, but Nelson 3 has the defense now. Very. Ooh, getting shut down mid-air by the Squishamatic! What was that? I felt that pain from here.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately,
Nelson
that one's
3
screwing them over there.
Nelson 3 might be going for that payback now too, but they only have 10 seconds to mount something, and it has to be a miracle. It has to be a miracle push. It has to be a miracle hyper dive.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to be able to find it. Vac is coming out here, able to stall them out. Hydra also set up in their court area as well, just firing down. Overtime is half over. They only have about 10 seconds to get that ball in, and they do, and they get picked to go with it. This is their chance. It's only that Squishamatic left up for Payback, but they need clams. They don't have any. There's no economy here in this map, and that'll be it. Payback takes the lead 2-1 as Nelson 3 not able to mount the comeback that they so desperately needed.
Oh wow, that could have been a good comeback too. GG's both teams this game as well. And honestly, I just want to say, just as NZAP switched over to Spotter Shot, if y'all have been holding back, if y'all are in like a special weapons jail, now's the time to break those shackles. Because we're going to game 4, and if you want to take game 5, if you want to have a game 5, just if you've got an old reliable in your arsenal, now's the time. What do you think they're gonna counterpick with? A bowl of ramen
Right.
says Robo Ramen.
Yeah, I could see Robo Ramen being a good map for them. I think this may sound very weird, but I think they need a map that'll limit the amount of avenues Payback has to push. As we're gonna go now, I believe that's Rainmaker. Oh, Rainmaker Humpback. Okay, interesting here.
Fair
This
enough.
is this is a very, to me, AoE favored map mode, right? Like a lot of blasters, a lot of sloshers. Dynamo Roller that we've been seeing a lot of today can also go and is very strong on this map. I'm interested to see though. I think Nelson 3, like the Splattershot Pro and the Dreadringer, will be very strong here. But I wonder what else they're gonna pair with it. Because I think Payback is just, again, they're just able to find ways to brute force their way through and just break the paint and just break the range with just pure aggression.
And we're gonna see how that plays out here. We're gonna see that on Rainmaker Humpback. It is a good map and mode for Russians. We're seeing the
True.
roller. Oh, Dynamo Roller. Oh,
There it
Dynamo
is.
Roller. Dynamo Roller. Oh, Wellstring on the other side
Oh,
too. Oh, how is this gonna work? And we got two sloshers now and another splatter shot. They must have heard me. They're like, you heard the cat squid. If you got a meme you use it.
yes. This is very, yeah, I'm seeing two definitely humpback comps right now. This map mode can sort of bring out unique comps, but I'm very interested to see the Dynamo versus the Wellstring, both weapons strong on this map, to see how much they can take out of him, as the Dynamo will be the first one to go out of the two of them. And Payback now looking to make a push here. Will they get the first checkpoint? They will, and they still have that Ultra Stamp on deck.
Yeah, Trizuka coming out, trying to match that other Splattershot's game, and unfortunately going down to another Trizuka. That Trizuka. Oh, taking out that Dynamo. I could never take out Dynamo, all because they keep seeing me. They made the swings harder, and they're aura farming, folks.
Oh, yes, the shot is definitely popping off. Definitely the man of the match so far. Trying to also gets the
Ooh.
kill on the slosher as well. Their flow aura continues as the opposing Zuka comes out, but yes, the shot's definitely trying to make a difference for their team here. Can Nelson 3 find a way to push back into mid here? They have a reslider on deck, but 2 down though. Make that 3 down as the 96 gal now the one to join in on the fun. And they have an ink back here.
Oh, Dynamo Roar getting their pick. We got. Oh, that was a Slosher. I thought that was Dynamo Roar the whole time. Oh, nice job, Slosher. But now you got GG strikes, which are great. Great air denial, but you have a Wellstring to contend with. Wellstring, they explode at your feet, it's all over. But Nelson 3 will have to have a miracle push if they want to get any points on the board, and
Oh,
Ink Mine, or not Ink Mine, Curling Bomb just falling on their head. That's what it looked like to me.
yes. Large
Have me
curling
one.
bomb, yep. Yeah. Large curling bomb though, having a very deceptively big hitbox as you just saw. And Nelson 3 able to get the checkpoint, looking for more here. No specials on the board for them. The Sploosh does have Hammer, decides to pop it. 2 go down, 3
Ooh.
go down rather on the side of Nelson 3. The Ultra Stand making the difference, and their push will promptly be defended and shut down.
Indeed, that was a very good stop on the side of Payback. And we're seeing the 96 gal out here putting in the work. I don't have much to say about 96 gal, but the Ink Vac is ready. They are defending their teammates as best as they can. What do you think?
Right, about that 96 gal, it is a very strong main weapon. It's a shooter, so it has some inherent mobility, even though it's supposed to be a quote-unquote slow weapon. The only thing really holding it back is that RNG, but other than that, very solid. Can paint, can hold areas, can chip for its teammates, get solo kills if it wants to. and they're utilizing both the 96 and the back pretty well in this game, as there's a minute and a half left to go now.
Indeed, but those 46 points could easily become 19 points if they can push, and we got size advantage for Nelson 3 with some aura farming. If we can pull a Riptide and just go up this way, then Nelson 3 has a shot at taking the lead. We're already going in for our teammates, Stamper versus Slosher, or Roller, but Roller just teleported out of there, Orakai.
Oh yes, that quick super jump with the cooler, a very
map control.
potent combo for for getting out and going back to your teammates. Gives them an opportunity to keep pushing, but this Ultra Stand is going to try and deny that in combination with the vac, but it won't find anything this time. However, 3 goes down on the side of Nelson 3 yet again. It's looking very dire now. They're going to need a miracle to pull this one out. With their finals chances on the line here, can Nelson 3 find it within them to win this game? Or will Payback end the set here? There's 25 seconds left to go. We have a Zuka online, but it will be shut down by that Dynamo once again. They have turned up on the second half of this match. 15 seconds left to go now.
They're pulling a Riptide, aren't they? They're pulling a Riptide, aren't they? They're gonna try to pull a Riptide. Oh my gosh. I remember watching that stream. Everybody was just going over that.
Right. And they do get overtime though. They did manage to pop and pick it up, but it's not gonna be enough. Rainmaker Sword on all sides, and Payback will take the decisive game 4 over Nelson 3 and move on to Grand Finals.
Indeed. We're going over to game. Oh, yeah, wait a minute, you're right. Sorry. I'm reading from the wrong script here. Yep, that's a set for Payback. I've got so much paper. I'm like, wait a minute, this is the wrong one. But for real though, GG's both teams. Payback going on. And I just want to say, one of the teams had Pyrite on them. Pyrite's pretty cool. I think they are a content creator. They're like a smaller content creator, but they're pretty cool.
That's what's up.
They're competitive. Yeah, they're on Nelson 3.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they will have to play for third place, though. There is a third place match, but that's not what we're going to see. We're going to see Payback in Grands looking to win this edition of Climb the Spire. They'll have to face either Altruist or Shadow Legion, which currently Shadow Legion is up 2-1 right now over Altruist, looks like, on that same Rainmaker Humpback map as well. So we'll see if, funnily enough, yeah, both game 4 is going to Rainmaker Humpback. Who would have thought? But we'll see who they're going to have to play in a minute. But any other thoughts on that set, Moku?
No other thoughts on that set. Everybody was evenly matched, and I really like how Nelson 3, they pulled out their mains. I really feel like they used those, not better, but more like, it felt like they became their weapons, as if to say they had been maining them for a while, but for some reason put themselves in like an alternative comp before, because that was just a thing to do. Which is not to say that they didn't fight too well. I'm just saying, you can tell when somebody mains a weapon how natural it feels for them. Because that Splattershot main, when they were on MZAP, they did fine. But they really popped off on Splattershot.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I definitely agree with what you said, because me personally, I'm very much a flex player. I play a lot of weapons, maybe too many weapons, but nothing will ever feel as great as just picking out that Nautilus 47, throwing point sensors, and just beaming people like across the map. It is amazing. Nothing will ever compare. So I definitely agree with you there.
Inkbrush shenanigans intensify. I'll be sure to juke you.
Okay.
I've done that before. I've got a clip of it. not to you, but like in general, was waiting for that basket to lower, and I'm over here like juking this alien 5 feet away from it while I've got a whole clam. It couldn't get me.
Yeah. Well, while we wait on this grand finals match, some news in the lower bracket actually incompetent with a very dominant 3-0 over Sonata, and they will be fighting Deutsche Bahn in the finals of the lower bracket. Deutsche Bahn, a team we've seen, I believe, once. Yeah, we saw them before in this in this tournament. Very strong team, very good defenses, very good counters, almost similar to Payback, even in that regard. Like they are very capable of pulling off comebacks, so that should be an interesting set in the lower bracket.
Indeed. I agree with you, is what I'm trying to say. I don't have anything more to add on to that.
You're good, yeah. Well, something new, actually, in this tournament, actually, funnily enough, perfectly highlights what I was thinking. Because something I want to say is the 11.0 patch, actually, bringing in all these new weapons. Like we saw Dynamo's massive rework, which it's been seen almost every set, if not every set, this tournament. We've also seen Blaster with the 2-frame end lag reduction. It's also been seen a lot in this tournament as well. I know Len is still dancing somewhere, even though it's been over a week already. He's still probably super happy about the buff. And Tetra as well, also finding the Tetra also like getting slightly buffed as well, and also seeing use as well. Like it's interesting to see this new patch like breathe like new life into the game, because I think people were starting to think it was getting a little like slightly a bit stale, but between the new like weapon buffs and also the flow aura, the aura farming as we unfortunately call it, but the one that showed up many times this past set, like it's definitely made the game a lot fresher and more interesting.
2 words. Dynamo Roller, the comedy zone. It got even more potent because I will go and flank a Dynamo, but they look at me like before they were just dead to rights. Now they look at me, they give me that side eye. I'm 3 hits in, but they find the time to take me out when they're like 0.1 left on the health bar. How? How? It's like I tell my teammates, I'm like, they're less than 1, but they're still alive.
That's yeah, that's so understandable. The amount of times I think I'll have the range advantage over them and I get them to one shot and then oops, that screen splatted by Dynamo Roller. I'm like, how does that kill me from there? Why? Okay, I'm glad they buffed it, but why did we buff it that much? It should not be killing me from a Kansas.
Oh no, it really shouldn't. I'm all the way out here and I'm feeling it from Japan. I'm feeling it from there. Really no. By the way,
Yeah.
I sent that game clip over to you.
Oh, let me see this. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and watch it because the teams that I just mentioned was Ultros and Shadow Legion, now 2-2. We are definitely getting our time's worth on the stream. But in the meantime, I'll watch the clip. And also, they keep thinking about the weapons. Like, I wonder what else they can make, or like other weapons they can change and buff like that, to sort of give them a chance in the spotlight. Because there's a couple of weapons that have been struggling for most of the game, like Undercover Umbrella, like YouTuber, like H3, who got 1 damage for some reason, like that was going to fix the weapon. But if they've made reworks like this, like I wonder what other weapons they could sort of change and buff to sort of give them a spotlight in the meta, like Dynamo's been getting.
Yeah. Yeah, you make a good point. I can't really build off of that too much. And I do apologize. I had a little bit of a text message from my mom, so I might be a little bit distracted with that.
Oh,
She's
good, oh, good.
she's all right. It's just checking in.
Yeah. Hmm. Actually, you know what? Something else. Actually, we can talk about though that does pertain to you is ink brush because I saw a lot of people saying that the kid form changes were going to hurt ink brush and especially the hitbox changes like every weapon basically getting a hitbox increase, but I don't know. I mean, I still see a lot of ink brushes and a lot of brushes in general in my games. I think they're still very hard to hit. I think they're doing fine. I want to know like what you personally think as an ink brush player yourself. Like, how do you feel like after the new patch?
Ink brush is easier to use. I will say it's a little frustrating that my health bar is a thing. But I think it
Mm.
could make me better at being a skirmisher. Like, if they see somebody weak, it's human nature to go after. Like, if you're playing a video game and somebody has a lower health bar versus a fuller one, which one are you more likely to go after? Probably the one with the lowest health, right? And
Right.
so, if you are going in with low health for the sake of being a skirmisher and you want to save a few extra seconds, then I think doing that as a brush is a viable strategy.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Full-heartedly agree. I wish I could play ink brush. I don't have the hands or the motor skills or the mashing for it, but I definitely can see what you mean. And like even ink brush, like it got the hitbox changes, so apparently it's supposed to be a little bit more consistent from what I've heard. But yeah, just allowing it to play more in that like skirmisher role, it just kind of do its thing, you know? I think like maybe people were like a little too harsh on it. Like when the
Yeah.
initial patch came out on it, you know? Yeah. I think yeah, the changes as well. Like, for me, for my weapon, it's kind of the same thing because people were saying, "Oh, splatlings, they're outside of their ink all the time. Like they're gonna be easier to hit." But you know, it's still a splatling. It's still a giant death laser in your general direction. That's very hard to approach. So, you know, I've kind of had that same thing where it's like it doesn't affect me too much. And in fact, like the smaller squid form hurt box like helps Nautilus too with its charge hold, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But killer
Well,
whales are pretty good.
yeah, that's true. Oh, well, it looks like the other side they might be having a little bit of technical difficulties, so we might be going on a break soon. If that's okay with you, Moku.
Yeah, that's fine. Be sure to drink some
Yeah.
water, use the bathroom, uh, eat something. Uh, oh, I was gonna make an ink brush joke, but I didn't have one. I just kind of lost it.
Fair enough. Gee, never mind. I just got news. Match. Did the match finish? Do we have gameplay? Let me see. Okay, so yeah, he was just in. Match finished, and we might still have a small bit of a break, but just to let you know, it was Altruist who came on top 3-2 against Shadow Legion in a game 5 on, I believe that's Tower Control Mako Mart. Yeah, that looks to be Tower Control Mako Mart. So yeah, it'll be Payback versus Altruist in the grand finals.
How exciting. I'm just over here. Okay, I've got a clam now, and I got an X-Flow. Not X-Flow, but like, we're trying to use three of them. It's funny.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, Loki, do you mind leading off this time?
And welcome back to LeBlanc Hideout. Not LeBlanc Hideout. I've climbed the Spire 37 by LeBlanc Hideout. I messed that one up. Climbed the Spire 37. We're here now with the grand finals. Payback versus Altruist. We're gonna start with Clan Blitz on Scorched Gorge. Mordecai, how you feeling about this?
Yes, hello. I'm feeling good about this. We have seen some incredible plays made, some good old-fashioned Splatoon, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I'm excited to see what these two teams bring. These two teams have shown themselves to be very, very strong in their own stream sets. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna go with here and how they're gonna approach this map. That's a Hydra and a Splish and a shot like we've seen from Payback, while Ultra is going with that Dynamo and heavy comp that they've been rocking the entire tournament, along with the 52 Gout and the Vanilla Blaster.
And it seems as though both teams are prioritizing some form of range here. We're seeing Dynamo War already out here trying to make the first move, but getting pushed back by a shooter. Already getting that core out, and 7 clams down there. If I was taught anything, build your 7s, but the Dynamo War clears it out.
You're right, exactly. Yeah, the Splish made a play on the left there, but the Dynamo able to shut it down. Now trying to look for more, but is shut
Ooh.
out by that ink vac, is able to jump back, thankfully. both, but the ink vac, barely misses. Had their life flash before their eyes for a bit there, but they're still able to keep fighting. Never mind,
Oh.
the curling bomb will take them out. That's 2 down on the side of Altruist. Payback now looking to push this choke. They have an Ultra Stamp online here, popping it, trying to look for some value as they will score the first points of the game, adding more clams beyond that with the big bubbler up as well.
Indeed, we are seeing map control for Payback and Altruist doing their best to fight back, doing a good job here. But okay, alright, they're getting folks out of their base saying, nah, you can't put your s'mores here. We don't want your campfire. Get out of here.
Right. Now they're gonna look to reset back to neutral, get more logs for the fire, if you will, for this campfire. But
Hey.
Ultra's looking to push now. Is not able to get that big bubbler online, but they will come back with that tactical ore, so they may be able to use it for the future. As they have 2 specials on the board now, but 1 down. That Dynamo Roller out of commission. As Payback looking for another chance to push in here. They're close to that ink vacuum. We're probably gonna see it pop any second now. But not really able to do much in mid though. As Ushawis is kind of poking them back. That blaster's being threatening on the left-hand side.
No wonder they got a heavy splatling in mid with a wave breaker ready. I was gonna say Payback is really clumped up. We're seeing Trizuka coming out, getting rid of 2, getting rid of 3. Just Hydra now. Size advantage going to Payback. Now they can do more than they thought they could. And that matters a lot here. We're seeing Altruist with a more range heavy comp, focused more on poking and area denial, while Payback seems more focused on speed and getting up close and personal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I completely agree too. This splatter shot player as well, making it look like Izuka meta all over again, able to find so much value with what can be inconsistent special as well. They're really able to use that extended range when they have it to make plays.
Ooh.
As they're able to punish the blaster, the Sploosh-O-Matic getting the pick there, getting another is now Dawn with that flow aura, trying to look for a way through here with these curling bombs. Like, even though Payback is getting the picks, they're more than content to just sit back and defend their choke. As again, Altruist is just going into them trying to find these aggressive plays, but Payback is just able to just punish them.
Indeed, and that's usually what you get when you pair up a comp that is more focused on poking and range, but slower than a speedy and hyperdive comp. But you can do a lot when you have specialization like that. But we've got a dunk for Altruist! And that's their chance to take lead!
Oh, there it is!
Right under their noses!
They're still scoring as well to boot. That's 27 points left. A huge chunk out of the 100 they had just 10 seconds ago. And now Payback is the one on the back foot. I wonder if all that stalling was worth it, because now they have to be the one to form a push. With under a minute left to go, can we see if they can make something happen? The Dynamo is the first one to fall, but the Hydra goes soon after. No big bubbler for you. As 2 go down on the side of Payback, Altruist may be looking for another push here.
Indeed, they are. And Altruist has a clam. They have the economy. They have everything they need with 20 seconds left to go here, or less, to just wipe out. Yeah, not wipe out, but like knockout. Oh, it's a lot happening all at once. Orkai, what do you think's gonna happen? Do you think they're gonna make that miracle push?
1 second left to go. They only have the pity clam back at their basket. No other clams besides that, besides the 4 that they're holding on to. I think somebody might be trying to flank and make a play, though. Hydra's able to get a pick, but nothing beyond that. That's 2 down now. It's going to take a Christmas miracle for them to be able to win this game. An Altruist with a big push in the middle of the game, able to take it from Payback. 1-0. Strong start from them.
Oh, unfortunate. And I was gonna say it might be a little bit too warm for Christmas right now to have a Christmas miracle, but that doesn't mean that we cannot have the gift of a reverse sweep here in the event that Altruist seems to have the lead, but or we might get the gift of a game 5. Who knows? But
Right, that is true.
what do you think Payback's going to? Do you think they're going to go to a map and mode that they have succeeded at, or do you think they're going to try for something unorthodox like Tail Zones,
Well, I
Sturgeon
think
Clam?
honestly, I think in this tournament we've seen a lot. I think they've made pretty smart counter picks throughout this tournament, so they know what their comp plays to. I think they're gonna go something that benefits them. I could see TC Inkblot again. I'm being
Oh,
serious. Like, oh, see, yeah, there it is. More TC
yup, there we
Inkblot.
are. There
If
we
you
are.
love this map mode, this tournament's for you because we've seen it every set, I think, on stream. But yeah,
Could you
it's like
imagine a tournament where every map and mode is just TC Inkblot?
I mean, you almost don't have to imagine it. It's like it's what it feels like right now. But
A good
anyway,
map and
back to
mode. I
the
mean, like a gimmick tournament where it's like, okay, y'all, we only have one map and mode in the budget.
Mhm.
Have fun.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it could be a very interesting idea. But yeah, anyways, back to this counter pick though. Like I think the fact that we keep coming back to this, it shows that they have like they have a set game plan. This is what they feel is one of their strongest maps. And usually this is the catalyst for them like making these comebacks because we saw in the last set or we saw like they dropped the first game just like this, but they were able to make a counter pick and they were just able to steamroll the set from there. So we'll see if Payback can steal back the momentum rather and keep it going into the set, or if Altruist will be the team to shut them down and force them to rethink their pick.
I see. Hmm. I think Payback might try to let's see here. So Ultras had the slower comp that was focused more on poking, but somehow it's faster than Payback's comp. I think Payback might try to put somebody in like pencil or something. Something or play more patiently. What do you think?
Right. Yeah, I think Pencil is pretty strong on this map. I could also see them going back to the Blue Dapple Paintbrush. I believe that they played once before. Again, both of those weapons super strong on this map. Paintbrush just able to hit basically every angle it wants, and Dapple Dually able to like play pretty fast and like break walls. So we'll see what the comps are. I'm very curious on what Payback's plan is and what they're gonna go with. Look at it now. That's a forged splatter shot pro with suction and booyah. Meanwhile, Achua's keeping basically the same comp.
Indeed. They do keep the same comp here, but I wonder if they're going to play a little bit more patiently with Ultras. Already we got the Dynamo Roar out here doing their thing, farming for cooler. And oh, wait a minute, we got Hydra out here putting in the work. Hydra is going to. I see why they picked this. Hydra does well on this type of map and mode because you've got terrain to hide behind and you have the height that you need. You've got the high ground here, and Tower is level with you now.
Right, exactly. And it's even further harder to remove the Hydra once they get into that bats, like we're seeing them do now. But it seems like Ashua is so far, they're rolling with the punches. They're doing pretty well. They've broken the first checkpoint, looking for more as the blaster tries to make a play, jumps back to tower, right to Fur, but gets a direct. Looking for more in bats as well, but that's two down on the side of Payback. And it seems like Altruist was ready for his pick, and they're responding very well.
Indeed they are, and we're seeing some striking here from Payback. Oh, how did they know that they were there? That is nuts. I feel cheated for you. How did they know that? How did Auto Seal know anything? But Dynamo Roller out here. Oh wow, Altruist is already. They're already in their base. I mean, they have been in their base, but I didn't realize how close it was. I did not
Yeah,
realize that. Wow. That's
yeah, just
actually,
like that.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, just like that. Ultra is completely shocking everybody. Just basically steamrolling. Payback's tried and true counter pick, taking game two. They shut down the momentum. They're putting a clamp on this comp and just keeping the momentum rolling. And now Payback can't afford to lose a game here. They're on the back foot for the rest of the set. They have at least two counter picks now, which, or no, they have one counter pick rather. And Ultras will have the rest of the counter picks. So that's also another factor. So it's safe to say they are definitely going to have to fight if they want to pull off the reverse sweep.
But it can happen. The set is still young. Payback has all the time they need to reverse sweep. A bowl of ramen says Robo Ramen. I said that last time, so wouldn't I technically owe you a bowl of ramen? Because it didn't happen last time.
I mean, I could go for some ramen right now. That's perfect timing, actually.
I mean, are you going to Anarchy Nova 3?
Oh,
Are you going to Anarchy Nova 3?
I want to go. Yes, I am not 100% confirmed, but most likely, yes, I very much want to be there, and I will
My
try to
team's looking
go.
for a +1, so if you main a Splatling or a leader or another charger, then
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It depends on the comp, but I mean, Nautilus question mark.
we got Brush, we've got another Brush, and Trivo. I don't know what Trivo is. Nouveau Triflauncher?
Yeah, the one
Nouveau?
with cooler. Yeah.
Alright, so we got a cooler.
Mhm.
Guess we have enough short range and mid range, so we would probably need something a little bit longer ranged, but let me know.
We'll see about it. Yeah.
I only ask that because if there's any ramen places around the land, then ramen. Bring the team and get some ramen.
You know what? Pretty smart. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Hey, if we're not on the same team, I'll be like, hey, this is my friend Urukai. Let's take him out to lunch too. Bring the whole venue. I thought I was gonna have to get the whole land ice cream at one point because we saw another team walk into the ice cream shop. There's an ice cream shop next door.
Mm,
And I'm trying to pay for our teammates, and I'm over here like I'm feeling extra nice, and I almost mouthed, "Hey, do you want?" I was gonna be like, I'm thinking, no wait, my wallet's too broke.
oh my
But I
goodness.
would've. But I would've. I would've though. I had to stop
I
myself,
believe
but
you.
I would've.
I believe you.
Everybody deserves ice cream.
Yeah. Well, speaking of shops, segue. Zone's Hagglefish is the counter
Oh, you're
pick.
getting 2 bowls of
Um,
ramen. Getting 2 bowls of ramen at this
yes,
point.
more ramen. Yes, let's go. But it is. I will say this map can flow kind of similar to ramen. Actually, so at half points, I'll give you that. It's a very similar idea. You have the mid area that's a little elevated. You have the two trenches on either side that you can flank through. And then once you make it past the enemy's ramp, you are basically home sweet home. You're in their spawn. You are locking them out. Um, so yeah, similar map idea. I'm interested to see though what Payback does, because while I think it's very strong for them playing the sides of the map, I also think Ultra's combination of the heavy splatling and the dynamo can very much lock down mid and be an annoyance to move if they're not careful. But
Oh,
I'm
that's so
curious
true.
to know what you, yeah, I'm curious to know what you think because I think this can go either way, honestly.
Well, 10's also a good place to put your long range, like your Dynamo and
True.
your Hydra. So even if you can't take up mid, you can always put your weapons up there. And if you can watch both streets, make sure nobody's going through the street without a street pass, then that's half the battle.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Be
definitely
like,
agree.
where's your 3DS? I don't have one. I was born in 2006. Go back to
Street Pass
base.
joke. I see what you did there. Skate 3. We're starting it now. That's a rapid blaster pro deco with the line marker and the killer whale 5.1. So, and they also went back to the vanilla 96 as well. Very interesting picks coming out here. I kind of like that coming out of Payback. It gives you a more mobile option to poke out those two problem weapons. So interested to see how they'll play around it though, as the rapid unfortunately does get taken out by the regular blaster.
Wendy, you were so right about that. I didn't realize it because Killer Whale, we've got that. I forgot that. Oh wow, I'm just speechless. I was just locked into the whole fight. I'm like, oh yeah. I was locked into the whole fight. Rapid Blaster out here putting in the work. I forgot that they had Killer Whale. Okay, but Altruist still has the lead though. Payback needs to have a miracle push. Oh wait a minute, they're scheming in mid, Orakai.
Oh yeah, they tried to make a play on the zone there. I think it was that ink back. Or no, that was the ink back shot. I think somebody must have gotten behind and maybe jumped out, but that allowed their team to walk in. Now they're still going for the zone. Booyah bomb coming out. There's been so many specials thrown on the zone, but they still haven't found the cap yet. As Altruist is holding strong, can they continue to do it? Or will Payback get the cap? They will with the ink back, and now looking to extend it even more as two down. That's the Dynamo and the 52 gone on the side of Altruist, and Payback finally with some hold over mid.
And this is a very good place to put your Hydra up there on 10 and with Booyah Bomb. Admittedly, I think Booyah Bomb could have stuck onto the zone, but I can see why you would want to go for that Hydra. Trizuka is online. Let's see what they do with it. And getting blocked by the shield. Oh man, if I had my splat bomb, somebody's getting wallbang from that. That's funny when it happens, by the way.
Yeah, that's happened to me plenty of times as the blaster continues to find value, but yeah, that's the strength of that big bubber in the full display. You get to run up basically and hold your position, and if somebody tries to come and fight you, you can defend yourself. And at the very minimum, get a trade, but no trades happening
Let's
here.
go!
Instead, it's a full wipeout for Payback, as now they're looking more set up than ever on mid. This might be a little dangerous for Altruist. Their heavy is already dead. That's already one down, and then ink back online on the side of Payback.
It might not be too warm for Christmas here at Ultra for us Orakai because it looks like if they keep going, Gibbons going down, they might have a shot. Ink Vat, lock in. Dynamo without your ink, getting caught slipping out here. And
Yeah,
getting the lead.
Yeah, exactly. That's the lead swap, and Ultras is completely staggered. They're two down now. It's that heavy Dynamo combo that has to make something happen. They will get the trade out, but it's not going to be enough. And Payback, keeping themselves alive in this set, will take game 3. The set score is now 1-2.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Nice work, Payback. Yeah, that Christmas miracle we were talking about. Not too warm for you yet.
Yeah, Christmas in July, fans. Get your poppers, get your pom poms, get your cheer squad ready, because yes, the Christmas miracle really did come through. After being shut out basically the whole entire game, Payback found a way to finally break Alchoa's comp and assert themselves into their court. And once they did that, they were able to push through and secure the win.
Yeah, that was pretty great. And we're going to Splat Zones on Mahi, which is a tried and true map and mode. Can't have comp without it. Who do you think is going to have the advantage here?
Ooh, I think honestly, this is a very smart counter pick from Altruist, because while short range and mid range can dominate here, something like that heavy and that dynamo is going to be very hard to remove with the amount of cover in mid and basically on their side of the map, as well as like that snipe area as well with a little bit of cover there. So I can just imagine the dynamo just painting over the zone, being able to combo with his teammates on both sides. I think this is a very smart um counterpick from Altruist, and it's going to force Payback to sort of play into them in their range more. So interested to see what Payback cooks up with here, because aside from their VAC 96, I'm not sure if their current comp will be the exact thing they need to counter this.
Hmm, you make a good point. If Payback stays with their heavy, they can put them up on one of the plats. If you keep your Booyah Bomb, of course, that could help too. We'll have to see what they do.
Mhm.
Okay, any comp changes? We're seeing the stringer come out!
Oh, let's go. Yes.
Oh boy, we're seeing the stringer come out. No more heavy edit. So, not heavy edit, but heavy splatling in general. No, that was a Hydra the last time. But we're seeing a heavy on Ultra's side here. The Dynamo Ruler really is the comedy zone, isn't it?
Right. I do want to point out too,
And
that
defense
is the
zone?
Tri-Stringer with the Inkjet. Jetpack making another appearance here after Charcoal Decapitator. But things are settling down in this game now. One goes down on the side of Payback. They're currently 2 down right now. The said Inkjet is being popped, will find a pick. That Tri-Stringer immediately finding value. It gets another, I believe, as well. Yes, the Inkjet will find 2, even though the bubble was popped. And Payback trying to find their way into mid and cap the zone.
And Stringer, right now, is doing a great job at holding a defense here, providing area denial to Altruist. And I've gotta say, they're getting that lead switch as Buffshack goes down! And we're seeing Windtree is going down too! The Stringer is on farming! 3 going down! Auto Steel eating it! We're seeing them take it! It's going into the water, what are you doing? Did the water sneak up on you? Did somebody water bend on you? Are you okay? You were cooking! Somebody put water on the stove!
Well, do not like this. That might have been the clip of the tournament, and it's all gone
Somebody
out
better have
because
clipped that!
Mahi is Mahiing, but oh my goodness. But yeah, now that I think about it, I like the pick of the Tri-Stringer a bit better, because like Rapid, it's a mobile anchor that can sort of chip for its teammates and disrupt the other backlines of Altruist. However, it paints a lot more. So the Splatter Shot and the Gao are going to have more room to move and basically try to basically have more space to exert their range.
Indeed, and Altruist is going to try to take that fire away from them, that lead switch, but no lead switch is happening yet, because Payback, now it's still in neutral, Payback can still get the zone back, and they do get the zone back, they keep it for themselves another day here, but the match is not over yet, they are scheming on the side of Altruist.
Yeah, this match sure isn't over. Asha is now trying to go with this killer whale 5.1, but gets shut
What was
down
that?
by Bazooka.
Oh!
Nico on the shot, trying to find more, but is not able to get another. Still, that's 2 down on the side of Altruist. Payback now popping both the Ink Vac and the Booyah Bomb, trying to look for picks here, or at least control of the zone. One goes down. I believe that's the shot, finding another pick, finding the jump kill as well. Yes, we'll get the pick on that Dynamo as well. A nice double for Nico on that splatter shot. And Payback now with no penalty points, looking to close this game out. The Killer Whale might be the only thing that can save the game for Altruist.
Indeed. Oh, wow. So we got 52 Gal out here putting in the work. We got Heavy Edit getting picked off with a wipeout for Payback. And we're going to game 5.
Oh my goodness. Everybody say it with me now. Payback is getting their payback. We are seeing the makings of a reverse sweep. These smart weapon choices coming out, and their shift in playstyle gets them to this game 5, and now it's anybody's game. We have a say here.
I am so excited to see what they're gonna do. And I want to say something real quick. Nico, your inkling reminds me of a friend. It'd be funny if you were that friend. It would be funny. Because I'd be like, what's Mewtwo from TCS doing here? I've seen TCS around a lot.
Oh yeah, it's a
Pretty
very
cool seeing
strong
them.
team. Yeah, very strong team with also a strong splatter shot player as well, I
Their whole
believe.
team is team goals.
Yeah. Oh man, what a set this has been as we're reaching the finale now of Climb the Spire number 37. I could not have asked for a better way for this grand finals set to go, by the way, because it looked like Altruist had a very convincing 3-0 on their hands, but Payback making this as interesting as it can possibly get, bringing this to a game 5, now riding all the momentum that Altruist now has to stop. And you wonder, first, what is their counter pick? And second of all, are they going to swap weapons because their comp has been the same this entire set?
Say it with me. A bowl of ramen, says Robo Ramen. I swear to goodness, guys, if I have to owe a third bowl of ramen, my wallet's gonna be mad. But I keep
Well, unfortunately for you, I think I'm gonna be very full of ramen come Anarchy Nova because I believe that pick is flat zones on Mako part. Ladies and gentlemen, count it with me. 1, 2, 3 bowls of ramen for you, boy. Can I get a hell yeah?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And even though they're competing against each other, they are conspiring to make ya boy broke.
To be fair, okay, to be fair, I will give you credit. The picks have been close because if you want to spit it like Hagglefish, right? Like you can get ramen at a market, and Mako Mart, it's literally a store. Where do you buy ramen? The store.
True.
So you're not
True.
that far off.
True. So maybe like 2.5 bowls of ramen. I don't know how that's gonna get. Oh, Eclipse said it has to be fresh. The ramen has to be fresh. Okay,
So
so
true, so true.
I guess the boxes don't count, even though.
No, this is
But
real
if you've
ramen
got,
we're talking about.
but if you've got, but I will say if you have like Marchan ramen or something like that, and you want to add something to it, fried egg over medium, some cheese,
Ooh,
shredded
ooh.
cheese, and maybe some leftover bits of steak.
Okay, let him cook.
You get
Let him cook.
yourself a protein bowl. And when I say bits of steak, I mean like cut up some steak, put it in the microwave if you have leftovers, or you could just cook meat. But here
Ooh.
we are. Before I make the audience hungry, we're gonna get right into the 5th game of grand finals. My stomach is totally not growling on mic.
That's so valid. But yeah, we see those comp changes I was talking about. That is a ballpoint splatling. I have not seen that thing since Jet Meta ended. And that's also with Vanilla Slosher as well, so strikes for his own. Meanwhile, Payback going with the Tri-Slosher Ashen. That's a splatter color screen that we saw popped on the zone, trying to find value. But Payback going 2 down early, it seems like Aljo's comp change might be working out for them after all.
It really is, and we're seeing them moving. Payback hasn't gotten any points on the zone yet, but I feel like they're cooking. I feel like they're scheming. We got Trizuka online. We're gonna see how it works with Fizzy Bomb. Not without that. Trying to get our players sticky out here with the soda. I drink water. What are they doing over there on left street without a straight path buff shot going down and stopping their lead?
Right. Yes, and Payback finally getting control of the zone. It was looking dire for a second, Altruist, with those strong holds that they're known for, just clamping down on the enemy team's ability to push. And now it seems like they might be on the reverse of that. They're trying to pop ink strikes to get in, but so far, nothing going. There's a trade. Dynamo for the Tri-Slosher, and Inkjet comes out now, though, to sort of preserve their push. However, one goes down, though, and Payback still keeping control of the zone despite their shot being out. Fight breaking out in the zone. Another goes down. There goes the try. And Alcha was able to retake the zone. Go back for another push here.
Indeed. And, point blank. But that gets the zone back. We're seeing a wipeout for Altruist. Payback getting wiped out here. Ain't no way.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is definitely an Inkback moment. When you think you've shot them from behind, you can kill them, but nope. They're still invincible. Able to get that awesome pick. And now looking for more. As the splatter shot goes for Zuka. Nico yet again, but unable to find anything. And they'll go down as well. The Tri-Slosher is able to find another pick. And this might be Payback's chance. Oh, the Tri-Slosher finds 2 more! I believe that's either a triple or a quad. I'm not sure. They get another. Who cares? It's just a kill streak for this Tri-Slosher. And now Payback looking very, very strong. Inkjet coming out from the Bulb's Tri-Stringer looking for another pick. Gets one low, gets a pick with the Inkjet, and this is looking very much in Payback's favor right now.
Octo Seal going down as the penalty points whittle away slowly, bit by bit. And we're going to see if it's still too warm for our Christmas miracle, or if we should put the caroling away before somebody ends up coming up into the studio and saying, "This ain't a singing contest, Moku, you little rat." But in all seriousness, wait, they do have the lead switch. I've been too busy yapping. I was too busy yapping. I wasn't locked in. They got the lead switch. I am so sorry. Buff shot going down with about a minute and 30 seconds left to go. I really am just a yapper.
Oh, good. There's a lot to yap about in this match, such as that pick from Nico on that splatter shot, able to find one there. The zone did get capped by Ultra, so they will apply some more penalty points to Payback, but so far they have not been able to go back into mid the way they wanted to, and Payback looking very strong in that reverse sweep right now. Can Ultra stop it? There's that ballpoint guarding that right stack here, as Payback looking for a way in with this Inkback is going to try and attempt to back the Rainmaker, or to back the Inkjet rather, but won't find any value, and they'll end up going down. It's only this shot left alive. They're not able to get the double. And Altruist now looking to get that lead change and get back control of this game.
And that was a great splat bomb on the side of Payback here. Gibbons going down. Size advantage goes over to Payback here with a very nice wall here. No more penalty points for Ultras, but that's not going to last too long, I don't think. Look at that map control here, Archive. How do you think it's going to end?
Yeah, I don't know at this point. It's 20 seconds left. Altruist has no specials on the board. So if they want this game, they're going to have to fight and fight hard, but that's their gal already going down. It's 10 seconds left. They do get the zone flip somehow. I don't know how he got it, but the Tri-Stringer able to paint a little more. 5 seconds now, 2 down on the side of Payback. They still have possession of the zone, but it'll flip in the last second. That's overtime for Altruist, and 2 down on the side of Payback still. There's a chance. There's a chance.
There's a chance for Ultras here, but they lost control, and it goes to Payback! Game goes to Payback! Payback are your Climb the Spire 37 champions! GG's both teams! Alright, guys! Oh my
Yes,
god!
Moku. Oh.
This is so cool!
Oh my gosh, yes, somebody was able to sneak behind the slosher, and I'm not sure there was anybody left on the zone because they were so desperate to fight in Payback spawn that they didn't notice the other person flanking behind them, and they're able to cap the zone at the critical moment. Payback is your Climb the Spire 37 champions. Altruist with a respectable second place. Yes, I could just said it better myself. Good games to both teams. What a set we just witnessed, Moku. Oh my goodness.
That was really intense. They could have gone
Yes.
either
Oh.
direction. And Ultras had a good intention with going in with the hyperdive. They were trying to lock them out. But Payback had a rat on their team, and they said, "Nah, I want some packaged ramen over there on aisle 15 over there," and happened to just get zoned on the way there. Probably dropped a bucket or something and won the game.
Yeah, Payback eating very good right now. Well played. We've seen them again. They're just a team that just rides momentum. Like they're able to steal a game in groups. They were able to steal games and commit not one but two technically reverse sweeps if you want to count the 1-0 deficit. Like able to get 3 games in a row in both sets, proving they can clutch up when it matters most. Good games to them.
Yeah, good games to everyone here. A battle tournament, well fought. GG's every team, whether you won the game or lost in a lower bracket. Everybody fought their hearts out, and I couldn't be more proud.
Right, exactly. I agree. There's from every team, we saw close games, we saw some good Splatoon. That's what the game's all about. Two teams going at it, getting each other fired up, very hype moments all around. I'm so glad that I got the chance to cast this. This was an amazing tournament. Speaking of, props to our production crew as well. We got Medium TO on the streams right now and Eclipse as well. Both of
Yeah,
them
thank
providing
y'all.
some amazing cams in the background.
We couldn't have done this without y'all. Thank you so much.
Right. And speaking of production, also like glad to share the mic with you, Moku. It was a pleasure. That was some
Yeah, it
awesome
was
games
really
right there.
fun. It was really fun, Orakai. I hope we get to CoCom again today. Or sometime.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
today, sure.
no, that was seriously so fun. No, no, you know what? Today, let's do another tournament. Why not?
Just be like 9 p.m. We're both chilling, and somebody from the shadows, a TO that needs help, be like, "You two, I watched you two. Come here, get over here." That'd be funny.
Yeah. But wrapping up the tournament, again, one more time, congratulations to Payback, the ultimate winners of the tournament, and also congratulations to Incompetent as well for defeating Daishiban 3-0 in the lower bracket as well. But
Yes,
closing thoughts
GG's.
here. Yeah, GG's, yes. But wrapping up here, closing thoughts. Moku, where can the people find you?
Y'all can find me on Blue Sky, Moku Draws 1020.beatsky.social. I can put that here in the Twitch chat. And this is where you can send me your salmon, your ramen. And what about you? What about you,
Yeah,
Orakai?
first of all, very accurate name, by the way. Moku can definitely draw. I've seen it firsthand. But
Oh,
as
thank
for
you.
me, yeah, no problem. But as for me, I'm kind of everywhere all at once. On Blue Sky, you can find me at aura underscore Splatoon at illuminousAura.bsky.social. Also streaming on Twitch once again at illuminousAura as well, and maybe potentially even on YouTube if the time allows for it. Once again at illuminousAura wherever you go. And also, if you just ever want to shoot me a message on Discord, talk about the game, I'm always down for that. That's aura underscore. That's aura with 3 A's at the end, by the way. AUR_AAA_. But yeah, once
Alright.
again, that'll wrap things up from here. Thank you all for tuning in. We all appreciate you watching and supporting the LeBlanc Hideout tournament organization, and have a good rest of your day, afternoon, or night.
I owe Aura lots of ramen, y'all. Help.
Yes, so much ramen. Yes, 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 yes.
Ah. See y'all.